Hello.
Hello.
I just started.
Is that a picture?
Always got to start with something, goof.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm forgetting something. Assuming not.
Looks like you started cooking something.
Huh?
Looks like you started cooking something.
Yeah, that can be put in half hour before end of stream.
I need to tidy over. I need wine over this.
Normally you don't eat until afterwards anyway, so.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm just gonna drink wine.
Alcohol is food.
Yes.
This is kind of weird. This kind of makes me think of like a Cuphead idle screen or something. Anyways, hello. Happy Tuesday or whatever it is. Michael. I made doing a thing.
Oh. That is some. That is perfect. Video is done. Why is this happening?
It's I ask myself that a lot. No, it just happened to be the animation, and when I bounced it.
Where'd that brick wall behind him come from?
It's always been a brick wall.
You see.
See, Equestria is a lie.
Equestria is a lie.
She looks really big.
Why is she standing? She looks like she's standing on the roof and she's just big.
It's because there's no depth of field and there's no perception of 3D at that. This is what gives the perception.
You see.
But I had modified a model earlier to hello, agent. You stumbled into things. I had changed the sky. I gotta change this back to unlit. I had modified it for something else. So I should fix the dark sky. There we go.
Yay. Chilly in here.
Temperature's dropping outside a little bit.
Yeah, I felt it at work today.
And snow. It's snowed at work, but not here. And it's like 2 miles difference.
It's all like flurries here on the way in.
It was super heavy at work.
They were talking on the news about the cloud cover, about how it's like unusually long cloud cover. And I was, for this area, like it's been 7 straight days of cloud cover.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
that's
that's not normal for here because that's just Kentucky.
No, the winter.
Like
winter will get that. Yeah.
I did like the weather here in the spring and summer because there was hardly ever any cloud cover. It was always so nice. In Kentucky, like weeks long of cloud cover is just the norm, especially in the winter. It's dreary as can be, and everything's brown too most of the time.
Like the food.
Yeah. Good tasting food. That's a butt.
Yeah, when he jumps back, I have the wings go up.
Ponies are like a quarter butt. Like, that's just the thing.
Actually, I think they're quarter eyeball. Like, if you think about it being a ball,
Yeah.
how does that work?
I mean, they're very big.
Yes.
Like, the insides of their heads just, like, they don't have any room for brains, so it's just eyeball. Maybe their brains are in their butts. Maybe that's what all that room's for.
Maybe.
Maybe they're like cockroaches where their brains are just like throughout their whole body.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, butt brains. That's exactly it.
Hello. I noticed I found my glasses. I was very happy.
Well, you had to be somewhere.
Yeah. It was good. I was very happy to find them because I spent like an hour and a half looking for them.
I still feel like I need to turn his head. Quicker. The one thing I don't like about some of these is that everybody kind of just jumps at the same time.
I want you to know ahead of time that if any number on the keyboard brings us to this shot right here, you know how you press numbers on the keyboard?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, press 5 for butts. Or... you just shake your head and look away like, I'm disappointed in you.
I think I'm going to turn him down a little bit.
You'd say him, but we all know.
Out. Let's settle him down a bit.
Why does he... He just looks so tiny compared to them.
It's because that you don't have depth of field right now.
I guess. But he just looks lower. Like he's sinking into the ground.
Yeah, I'm doing this other way, so I want to go this way.
So how you been, Blur?
Character model.
Tired and hungry, we have so much in common.
Isn't that just living?
Yeah.
I just don't like that even. I don't want to have all three of them just doing the same generic jump back.
I mean, they would all jump back at the same time, though.
But not everybody's going to jump the same way. I'm doing it because it's cheap, but I also don't like that everybody is all going back, like in the same manner, in the same format. Some people won't jump, some people will.
Just have your character like pop up on his rear legs and wave his hooves around like, ah! That would fit the mood.
Well, that's better. It's a jump, but his head doesn't move because their heads, like Barry definitely goes back, like surprise, and Lyra just kind of gets worried. That was kind of the intent.
You're making one based on a Victoria from Court. Oh, Victoria from Court spread. What are you making? Oh, character model. Okay. Neat.
Yes, So
no,
yeah,
you
for
don't want to feel
distance.
alive. Feeling alive hurts. Stop that right now.
Because I think they're... Oh, he is lower, but I think I'm just trying to falsify distance, and also
I guess, but he kind of just feels like he's sinking into the ground.
He's not sinking, he's coming out of the ground.
He rises. No. He's so short. No. I have risen.
He's confused.
That calic. It's like alfalfa over here.
It's
like, no, I like the calic.
I think that should work. I don't know if I really need to put too much more into this shot. The main concern is whether or not this is visible enough and how it renders, because I want to make sure that like fire pops up from behind, and whether or not I need smoke, because that's one thing. Like here, there's no smoke, which there normally would be a buttload of smoke coming out of there, but SFM doesn't handle smoke very well.
You could always add it in post.
It's a natural gas engine.
Just running off propane. Hank Hill's just there. Propane. It's just like, it's smiling. First rocket to run off propane.
I don't think it'd be very efficient.
No.
No, I think there should be smoke, but SFM is immensely poor about it. Because it has to be 2D sprites, and if you're doing sprites, then say like on the ground here, it would probably not go past this point, and if it did, you would see lines of the sprites coming down the hill. So if the cheap ones anyway, the fancy ones are way bigger than I actually need, and scaling down a multi-piece particle is very hard. So I'm like, But like here, there's like no trail almost. It's just the engine.
We can just say they're jet engines that shoot out a lot of fire. Jet engines would work in atmosphere.
They're magic fire. And there is, I think...
I mean, a jet engine rockets are a thing.
There is one that works, I think.
So those do leave a vapor trail. Not a smoke trail necessarily,
I think
but
it was
a vapor trail.
Black Mesa. See, like this one is the rocket launch.
That would work. What's wrong with that?
It looks fine on the current background, but as soon as you start adding some of the other light stuff, it's not going to work near as well. Like this is not going to work.
I mean, that one looks perfect to me, but I'm sure...
This one?
Yeah. Like, at least for the takeoff. And then that one for after takeoff.
That's a linger. I don't know what that's supposed to be. No, like this one is or is that actually
that is takeoff, yeah.
But it doesn't look like there's a trail.
They fired off a rocket in the new Black Mesa game.
This is the Black Mesa particles.
That's where they came from. I thought maybe these were the episode 2 particles.
No.
They might have just
2
reused
particles
them.
are cheap.
I am mildly excited for Alex.
And you can't even play it.
No, right? Because I can't get the index. And anything else feels like... I went cheap.
Says you.
I want the gloves. That's the thing I want the most. If just the gloves come up, I'll just get those and then I'll get something else.
That's what you said. You can get the Vive and then the gloves, but you're paying just as much as the index then. But if the whole set becomes available, if the gloves are available, they're not going to go one and then the other, or vice versa. Is there like a trail? Like in Black Mesa, I don't know if you actually see the rocket up past launch. Do you?
Yeah.
You do?
You can watch it travel all the way out of atmosphere.
From the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Which means, and then there is a particle for some kind of smoke trail.
I mean, there's probably a video of it somewhere you could watch.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I need to know where that particle is.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying you could get an idea of what it looks like.
It's just some kind of trail particle or something.
Like that one felt like a trail particle.
A lot of them are. It has to be a consistent long stream, but the other one is stopping and flattening out.
Yeah, I can't remember what it looked like in Black Mesa's thing. I know you could watch the rocket leave, but I don't think it left its smoke trail behind. At least not too long.
Yeah. I don't need one long. I just needed something. And I would actually prefer long. But let me check. Maybe there already is some models.
Oh, Skylight Shepherd.
Maybe not.
Why is that man's face stretched?
It's the GoldenEye sound pack, and for some reason they needed to make his face all stretched.
I see.
Okay, it's Super Scout 64.
That's amazing.
He's so happy.
He is happy.
Rocket trail?
Oh yeah, the rocket launchers that they use in TF2, they leave a trail.
I had, there was like the one I used.
You just gotta blow that up.
In this, at the end here, there's that one, but it's white,
Yeah.
and it doesn't behave very well.
You seem to have got it to behave pretty well there.
Yeah, it sucked. So I didn't. Like, I wanted to do the split render, but I couldn't because the particle is based on its initial starting point. So if I split the render and started here, it wouldn't actually render correctly. It has to go with the full life of the particle. But I can't remember what the exact issue with this was. Plus, you can't preview it. You don't know what it's going to look like until you render it. Because it was...
Good.
Well, thing for this, the main problem was it would only create the particles at your frame rate, and this had a really low frame rate because there's so much crap in the shot.
Just happy I felt
Thank you, Skylight.
got to read a bit more murky number 7 today. We talk about that.
Once for years, I could almost join the army. Okay, Skylight. Sure. Because I believe that trail is not going to show me what I want in this screen, but I might be able to make it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's just Rocket Trail. this. Okay, and it's not based on control points, so I can't actually preview it here. But I'm almost 100% certain that's what it is. So it's just Sentry Rocket. So we can check that one. Oh, not here. Been doing that all day.
Thumbs do that sometimes when you're. So I hear. I'm guessing it's because of your Rathlos thing.
Yeah, just a little bit. He beat me.
Hmm?
He beat me. Actually, he's beat me by 1,000 now. Like, he is. What is he at now? Yeah, 10.7. It's like, yeah.
Well, you're gonna end up disappointing everyone because you're releasing one every day.
For right now until Sunday, then I'm gonna switch it to once every other day, and then
one every like 3 months.
My goal is to try to do it once every 2 weeks, but it's a good way to get people started. The official Monster Hunter Twitter is following me.
Oh, yeah. You're like...
They only follow 70-something people, and I'm one of them now.
I kind of think you can put these out, like, every other day.
No, actually, I've already received some messages of, hey, when are you putting out the helicopter one? And stuff, so a lot of them are repeats, yeah. But I'm getting a lot of random people that are retweeting saying follow this.
He is very happy with his more popular fandom. So he's leaving us.
No, I guess a good perfect storm. I had a whole bunch of content that was made and that was released about the time that I believe Iceborne was coming out on console or some other medium. I think it was PC actually, just recently. And Dragalia Lost was having a Monster Hunter event that was started today. There's just been a couple things that worked in my favor to where it just it became a cascade. And because I was able to put out something every single day, it was more beneficial for people, I think. So.
Maybe one day I'll play a Monster Hunter game, and
they're fun. I do want to go back and play. I have it. I think.
I just remember the only reason I didn't play is you guys were already filled up with people playing it.
Oh no, I looks like I did uninstall it, but I had it reinstalled not long ago. But then I went to go play, and it was at the farther in as we were, and then I completely forgot how to play, so I was getting my ass handed to me.
You just see it now. It's like, hey, you're that cool guy who puts out the Rathlos videos. Want to play Monster Hunter? Yeah, I don't have it installed. What?
Well, I'm already trying to remember some of the lingo of
the lingo,
and I'm trying to figure out how I want to utilize the personality because I'm playing. First, the Twitter is as him, so I'm responding to people as him, and so somebody caught a spelling error I made, so I just replied, "I hate English." I responded to myself on Twitter. So it's just, I'm trying to fit the personality of that. But to do that, I need to know some of the more nuanced things, and I don't remember a lot of it. What?
No, I'm not saying I'm disappointed. I'm just thinking it loudly.
Oh, one thing I thought was funny. I gotta find this quick. Was they have these statistics you can get on about things, and I love this one. Top interest, dogs.
Why?
It goes comedy, music, sports, science. After that, dogs.
Why dogs?
So I just interpret this as that everybody that's following it is a furry.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Everyone wants to have sex with the dragon.
I'm looking, I'm like, what? But what I find creepy is that
Damon's a furry now.
it has on here estimates on how much money the people are that make that follow you.
Well, how do they have that?
Based on a match rate from Twitter partners. So it's data mining.
Why do people,
something.
the majority of the people following you, make more money than me?
Well, if you no, that's that percentage.
Yeah.
But all the ones below that, if you add it up, so it's saying this is the largest margin, but of a single group. But then
How is nobody following you making less than $40,000 a year?
no, this is 40,000 to 49. So there's smaller brackets below that. I just don't have them on here.
Yeah, I know, but back in Kentucky, I didn't make $40,000 a year. I was poor. I was too poor to be one of your followers.
It says here net worth 40% are worth 1 to 100,000, but it says here that it goes from 1 to 100,000, 100,000 to 1 million, 1 million to 2 million, then 2 million plus, then drops back down to 2,500 to 24,000.
How is 11% of your followers millionaires? That doesn't seem accurate at all.
Well, if there's companies or large other groups.
Yeah, but still, 11%.
But no, this doesn't make any sense. 1 to 100,000, and then 2,500 to 25,000. So there's something goofy with that.
Yeah, I don't think these are accurate.
That's also
How
why
are they even determining
Audience Insights page is being removed in 2 days. So maybe because it didn't work very good.
I don't think it's working right. I don't think 11% of your Rathalos followers are millionaires.
Yes. Well, no. More than
What?
that. 11% are millionaires, but 8% are 2 or plus. That's 19%.
You're the richest followers, man.
They're rich with comedy. Yeah, I actually was reading something about Temtem today, and that it's Pokemon where they fixed a lot of the things that were wrong with Pokemon, and it's an MMO.
I just don't think anything is ever going to dethrone Pokemon.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that net worth bit is... Oh, I can close it, I guess. But it's... I don't trust it either, though, because it's going to be... I think it said it was only based on like 11% of something, and it's some kind of rough estimate. Very rough. So let's stick the trail here. Stick it to the engine for some reason.
Yeah. What's the red? Where'd that come from? Has that been there? Like the red trail? Oh, took it away. Now it's back. Now it's away again.
It's because, like I said, particles need to see their whole lifetime. So some of them need to be there their entire time, otherwise they just don't work. And that's one of those. So like this one, that glow is what's supposed to be trailing behind. But the particles are going from beginning to back. But if I stop and I go backwards, how does the particle know where it was supposed to be a second ago? So it's the same reason like some of the pre-recorded things you can watch for like TIF2 or no, TIF2 is a little different, but the old Halo Reach would make it so you could save your game and you could fly around in it, but you could fast forward, but if you rewound, you had to rewind in 10-second increments because they would save a keyframe of what all the particles would look like at that moment, but anything past that it wouldn't know and it couldn't reverse it. I read up a whole thing about how they did that. It was fascinating. So yeah, I'm working in strange time.
just see you going back and filling with this scene. And I thought you had it done.
This scene?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, this scene's done, but if I'm going to check one for for smoke, this is the one to do it in. But I need to make it bigger. Please be only one. Damn it. Okay, I don't care about the sparkles. So that's what the burst is, I'm guessing. I'm just going to remove it. Yes, that was the burst. And I don't care about the fire. Okay, well that's easy now. So we need to make this a lot bigger. Like 10 times as big.
Yeah, that actually looks good.
I would be careful on that. It's now covering up the other particle effect.
Yeah, it is. You got no fire now.
Which means that if I do that, I have to do it as it following behind. But if I do that, then I have to have it... I have to have it fade in and out. But I have to fade in fast. Let's see if I can do this with alpha random. So I'm going to make the assumption that alpha is 0.
So would you say that this is going to be longer than Remembrance?
No.
No?
Remembrance is like 4 minutes. No, maybe 3 or 4.
How long is
This is going to be like under 2. Maybe.
I feel like you've worked on this one longer.
No, Remembrance I worked on like off stream and in between and over a course of 2 years. This is over a year, but I've also been a lot lazier about it. Okay, so start fade in. I'm going to say 0. End fade in. We'll say 0.3.
I mean, you worked on other stuff between that too.
I made chemistry.
Yeah, you made a whole other video.
Yeah, I made the entire video of chemistry during it.
Yeah. Which was another very cool video, which I enjoyed immensely.
Okay, so this is also with lights off. Let's turn lights on.
I like to see it with all the smoke. If you could somehow get the trail to like linger, that would.
I had to set to. There, no one. So that would be what it would look like. And the problem with particles is you're like, oh, we'll make it black. Particles don't work that way. Black is invisible. So if I make it black, it just becomes transparent.
Yeah, I don't like it at the very top. It looks disjointed.
Well, and
right here,
a lot of
like
this
brown.
is based on frame rate. So if I let this run slower.
Okay, that looks better.
So yeah, it's only able to spawn it every time a frame kicks in, and when I'm previewing it with all the lights on, it's just thinking that it's way, thinking that there's only, I'm playing at 5 frames a second, so it's only every 5 frames. So if I put it going really slow, it keeps spawning a lot more.
Do you want that last cider in there?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But I just don't like that it's white.
Really? What color would you want it to be? Like rocket trails are generally white.
Black, probably.
What are you
Well, not
burning crude oil out of it? What's
well,
happening?
in here it's unnaturally white. The only if they're launching during the day, you're probably going to have sunlight, which is going to probably make it more white. But right now, the only light that is reflecting on that trail is itself.
Well, it's the light coming out of the engines. That's a lot of light.
Yeah, but what color is the light?
I mean, you can make it more yellowish. I wouldn't think black, though.
No, but even if I go yellow... No, sorry, this fades.
Well, I wouldn't make the smoke yellow. Can you put light on the smoke, or does it not work?
I can't put light on a 2D object. It's a 2D object that exists outside of the engine, kind of. Why is this like... Oh, I guess that makes sense. No, I can give it
put like a yellowish tinge to it.
No, I can, but it still doesn't have definition. It still just feels like a big, like, faded trail of something.
I mean, smoke. It's supposed to be somewhat transparent. I'd be interested to see it when you have all three.
Agent, that's how it works. When things are done, it just means that there's more work to do.
Means he has to work on the lighting for 5 hours. That's all that means. I mean, I'd be more interested to see how it looks when you have all three.
I mean, that's pretty easy. Oops.
I mean, anything past what you already have, besides
but this is what I have to be
down,
careful
would
of.
kind of be nitpicking. Yeah. I wish you could get rid of that big brown blob. Like, the white smoke after looks fine, but the brown blob there...
Right there?
Yeah, that looks good.
Well, yeah, that's because, again, if I'm going backwards, it doesn't know how to portray it.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it looks fine like that.
I don't like it.
Oh, I know. I'm sitting over here tipsy on wine.
Okay. Might not have been balanced, but close enough. Oh, I forgot we named all the engines.
What'd you name them?
Howard, Tim, and Ceramus, the Bringer of Death.
Why did you do this?
Ceramus is an angry boy.
I imagine he's a sweetheart.
Okay, so that's Tim.
At his core. Puts on a rough exterior, but we all know.
Okay, so this one, Cerasmus, is going to be this one, yes.
I mean, a normal person would have just named them Engine 1, 2, and 3, but not...
No, they are. Engine 1, 2, and 3. I just gave them some nicknames.
See, that looks good. Put it with the dark setting. With just... Yeah, that looks fine. That looks great.
Everything else is high contrast, and then there's just big eraser mark all the way up the screen.
It's not eraser mark, it's smoke. That's what smoke's supposed to be. It's supposed to make things blurry.
No, smoke would have definition and be lit on one side and not the other. This is just a smoke trail,
But it's not going to be lit on one side and not the other, because the only light source is the engines. It's going to be lit straight down the middle.
But it's not going to be lit through itself. Right now, it's evenly lit, like it's being every atom is being lit from all angles evenly.
It's being lit by rocket engines.
No, but the smoke is going to be lit from the top, and the back of the smoke isn't.
What do you want to do about it?
That's why I never felt it was going to work. The day shots maybe, but if I do the day shots, that might actually help if I put the other particle back there. Yeah, and then there it also does the cut. Boop, boop, boop.
I mean, I think it looks fine, but
I just don't. It doesn't look right to me. It just looks. It looks like sand falling down.
it looks like smoke. I mean, yeah, I can see the sand thing.
But to me, then
But it's going to be going by so fast.
To me, then why not just leave it off? That's the thing.
We can have a propane rocket. That's fine.
The only reason I like the idea of smoke is because of this shot.
Yeah.
And I guess I could put it in that one too, but... And really, I guess I could just say F it and not put it in these shots and put it in those shots instead.
That is entirely up to you. You are the artist, sir.
Artiste. Artising.
I'm just the drunkard who sits here.
Where's the rocket? There it is. Am I underground? No. Oh, I'm in the wall, aren't I? No, I am underground. There we go. If I try to shift click an object to another object, it doesn't work if I'm underground because it just shift clicks it to the wall, the wall of the map. Oh, I actually hit it.
Why isn't there a tiny spike on that rocket? You just have to put them in there. Just a little tiny spike.
It's gonna put a purple circle. You're not gonna tell the difference.
Just a little purple dot. That'd be amazing as an Easter egg. Just have a little tiny model of Barney the dinosaur. Like anybody would come into this file, like zooming on Spike, and it's just a tiny little Barney. It'd be amazing.
Well, there's the one shot in chemistry that's Celestia smoking.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. I totally missed that.
No, you never see it because you can't. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
In the front, she's actually got a cigarette and a stern look. But you can't see it.
No. Celestia, it's bad for your health.
In this shot, this video, this shot right here, her head is on upside down.
Just because why not?
I was during a thing where I was trying to explain that if it's not in the camera's viewable area, it doesn't matter, and that's essentially what I was saying was it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's
poor little Pip, you ripped her head off. I feel like that matters just a little bit, though. You tortured and mutilating ponies.
I think that was in I think I put it in the what do you call that? Highlights when I did mine. I think that was in there. No, there's a lot of shots with like weird stuff in the background. Can't remember. I don't know if that one does.
All these videos, only 2 of them have makeout scenes. It's really upsetting.
You can fetishize anything you want.
I mean, 2 of your videos do have makeout scenes.
Makeout scene and a kiss are not the same thing.
Okay, well...
Otherwise, you make out with your mother.
What? No, gross! No. Okay, the Twidash one is just a kiss, but the Apple Dash, that's making out.
No. It's a kiss.
There's a long kiss. That's making out. If the kiss is more than 3 seconds, it's making out.
You don't have one of those aunts that gives you one of the big
Just
weapons?
like, just holds it. It's like, When she starts moaning, you have to start back. And, no!
You have a really...
Not like this.
Wait, so your aunt does do that?
No! I'm just saying if she did, you'd have to start swatting. Have to start batting
I
her
don't want
away.
to. I don't want to meet your aunt now.
I don't blame you. She's weird.
She is from Kentucky.
She was a psychic for a while. At least one
Okay,
of
well,
us.
yep. Hey,
Yeah.
if you can make money by just lying to people, it'd be great.
Yeah, but what you're lying about is deplorable.
Sometimes people just need hope.
Yeah, but taking their money and giving them false hope is... I have a weird family. Ugh. You know what that calls for? More wine. You want anything?
No, I'm good. Okay, so this... I think that smoke trail will work, but not how I have it done. So, that color fading has to happen earlier. End time, we'll put 0.1. I think that should make it quicker. And then we're going to go back to our color. Oh no, in our color fade. We're going to go back to that, like... I think they did like a purple, but... I think that still fades too quick, or not quick enough. Is that the direction I want to go? Oh no.
What are those poems?
And radius scale. It goes from 1 to 4? I don't feel like I did 4. Okay, I guess I see that it is 4. So it goes from that size to that size over the course of the entire time. Let's see if we put it to 10. That should make it go faster. Oh, okay.
Whoa. That's a lot of smoke.
It's all in one spot.
You need to have it going well before then.
Well, yeah, I have to. That's why there's a text here called pre-render.
Okay.
Because I can't. Again, the particle cannot start itself before the render point. Mm-hmm. So if I left it as is, it would do that. But that's obviously not going to work.
I always feel like you need a smoke trail all the way from the bottom to the rocket.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's why the pre-render means that I have to go as far back as it would take for the rocket to get to that point and render all that video out and then what I needed to. Otherwise, it won't work. So usually pre-render just means I do like this. The rocket's not set to move right now, but
it's firing dragon-tipped missiles.
actually I might be able to do that pretty easy.
Dragon-tipped missiles kind of almost feel like a real thing. Firing dragons.
This is actually going to be kind of tough to pre-render because of the length of the shot. Normally I could just drag one shot back, but I don't have that luxury. What we will do instead, it's because of this pre-render stuff is the reason that I have these markers here. So then when I do adjust it, I know where to put it back to. Because it's all of them there. It's usually like camera fading. I'll put those in there, but then I'll put like one here and one here. And that tells me that, or no, I put it like here. And if they're between shots, that means to me that this shot needs to be pre-rendered to this point, and the other shot needs to be pre-rendered to this point. So that's my identifiers. Australia has a whole bunch of those because the last shot is just constant fades. So I do need to go backwards a bit. go back. It's like here, maybe. All right, now we get to cheat this line. Oh, actually, I can't do it if it's not visible. Well, we're going to be having some fun with shots after this. Okay. And I don't need it to go the whole time. Actually, it should do. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to see if it actually works. But I don't know how to exactly get this rocket to go back the direction it came, unless this was animated. But since it isn't, I have to use what I have, which is I just grab this. It wasn't the one we were right? No. And just move it to match the line that's already there.
That is some pretty interesting stuff you're doing right now. You guys can't really see what he's doing right now, but he's basically holding up a piece of paper to the screen in order to try to keep his lines straight.
Because it's traveling in a linear fashion, so as long as I get all of these 3 lines to match, it's exactly the same. So I did that line. Now I do the green line.
If you had a ruler, you're just putting it up to the screen.
A ruler and a piece of paper are the same.
I know. No, well, they're not.
But I don't need to measure. I just need a straight edge. That's all this is.
You want me to get a marker? Just right on your screen.
How about no? Okay. Now let's go on that one. And then the red is harder because of the angle. Okay. And this one's just going to be harder in general. I moved something there. Oh, that works. Okay. Okay, so now it should look like the rocket is constantly going. Oh, I went back further than I needed to. Yeah, you can't even tell. Look at that.
That looks pretty good, actually. Good job.
Ha!
I mean, it's still weird. You can laugh at me all you want, but trying to hold a straight edge piece of paper up to a screen. It's just the weirdest thing.
I've done that before. 83, and we need to run this for 12 seconds. So now I can see what this trail would actually look like. Oh, God, autosave.
You need to start before the houses. And starting after the houses.
Something in there is...
I don't know, I guess it's starting before the houses. It's just...
I'm wondering why it doesn't spawn immediately, though. And
I mean, it is, because you see some smoke right above the roof.
And I don't need it to do the whole...
But it's like sputtering.
I don't need it to do the whole length. So, to me, it's right here. So, this is at 86.
Clearly, there's smoke already coming out. But when you were doing the whole thing, it wasn't working.
Again, this is pre-rendering, so it's just... I'm going to do it from there. Because I currently have... Oh, I know why.
Looks like it's stopping and starting again.
Yeah, it's because it's running out of particles. There. But the smoke is right now set to live for 3 to 5 seconds. So anything past... So this is the shot. Anything 5 seconds past that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything past this point isn't even visible. So as long as I say started at 85, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But this should work. If it still doesn't,
that looks good.
No.
Well, died again.
No, it's not that it's dying. It's that I thought I changed that. Apparently, it didn't save. No, so right now it's saying particle count 600 out of 600. So it's hitting its cap and it says, I can't make any more. Well, then some of the others time out. So it goes, oh, I can make more again. So you have to change the max amount of particles. So I just need to watch this count and make sure it just doesn't hit its cap. Okay, so 1100 is its cap. So I can probably put this down to like 1500. Not that it actually matters. It's more for a game's purpose. No, there is a such thing as too many particles. I've had that happen. It's called rendering or shitty performance.
That looks good. That looks much better.
Okay, and then this rocket trail.
Not big on the smoke being black, but I think it should be white.
This rocket trail should have it. This is at 92 and a half.
Because you're definitely out in the sunlight now.
So now I wonder if I cut this at 92. So this is 7. But it's the exact same color as the other one. This is why I don't like particles.
Why isn't it white? The other one?
I could make it whiter, but then it's just going to look like a big bright white streak. The brown.
That is white.
It's running on coal.
It's running on coal. It's going from propane to coal. Coal-powered rockets. How do they work? Only magic horses know. And they will fight to the death.
Nope, actually, I did that wrong.
With zebras about it.
This is supposed to be 12, but its lifetime is 7. Wait. No. 7, 12.
Question starts.
Now that should work. I'm gonna have this emit for another, let's say 8. Okay, this starts at exactly 85, and I'm cutting it at exactly 92. No, 92 and a half. So that's 7.5 seconds. It starts orange. I don't. That'd be funny. This is like when it pops, it just like makes the like 2 fake fire like tracks in the sky.
Oh, like Back to the Future.
That's what I was just thinking with something here. So it would be. I need it to fade away, so I'm gonna fade out its emission, so that it would slow down the rate that it's emitting. So start fade out. I want to start fade out at 7.5, the time it actually stops, and end fade out at 8.5. So after over 1 second, it should reduce its count. Oops. In theory. Sometimes these misbehave. And actually, that could probably...
If you do the fire trails, though, it's going to make it look like the rocket explode.
No, remember there's a...
Yes.
But it follows up, and everybody's confused.
Yes. Spike is dead. Everyone celebrates.
I think I'm going to actually start this fade out at 7.2, just a little earlier. This is set to go 89, 3.5 seconds, and exactly at 92. I'm going to give this a 4.5 lifetime. No, yeah. See how that looks. Okay, I do like that. This trail, though, is going to fade out a lot longer. So we're going to say that this one has a lifetime. 85 to 92 is 8. Oh, that's 7. So it's 7.5. So it's emitting a little longer. Oh, its lifetime is going to make sense. So I want to emit another... Let's have it emit another 10 seconds. And... no, not another 10 seconds, another 2 seconds. So it's emitting for 2.5 seconds. So, and fade in, we're going to go to 10. And our rocket trail itself, or not the rocket trail, the rocket, is continuing in a direction after it goes away. It's just... Did I do by scaling? Yeah, I did it by scaling. That works out well. So after this goes pop, we're going to have it go... I'm going to see if I can actually do this. Don't know if it's going to let me. It's gonna destroy it if I do that. I was hoping that I could do release with it, but I think I'm gonna do it the other way. So this is supposed, or at least I would think that after this poofed, that it would slow down. So I only have so many frames. This is probably running at 30. Yeah, this is running at 30, so I have about 60 frames to play with. So I'm just gonna say, in this area, yeah, extend it by 1 frame, 1 frame. Actually, that's probably too much. We'll say 1 frame, doot, 1 frame. And the purpose of this is the smoke is going to dissipate. And I want it to actually slow down its acceleration.
Oh, somebody left a message, huh? Oh, how about that? This is my checkout way room. What was he doing? No! We got banned. Oh, that's fair.
You know what?
What?
I have a better idea.
Yeah.
Or I have an additional idea. I'm sorry. Oh, it's me. We are going to go into our mod controls. However you do that.
No, Blurred was scared. What you've done.
Well, that's not what I want. Wait, there we go. I think I found it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, look, we have band of chatters. I wonder who's in there. Oh, there we go. Blocked terms. Derpy.
No! That is cruel! That is beyond cruel.
So now you can't say derpy.
I can't say anything because you banned
pancakes
me.
or walrus.
I want to say derpy. It was mean.
You can't say derpy.
Do you see the levels of cruelty he puts me through?
But
This is abuse.
It's okay though. I will.
Yeah, Birdblot's already defeated it.
I will unban you. Oh, it's a trash can. That's perfect for you.
Yeah, right? I was asking a simple question. No, would you stop being mean?
Okay, that's banned now too.
You a mean person. What do you mean? Spamming my name.
There. But it's like somebody's like, burn derpy, you can't say that. Oh, I can't say burn? Nope.
Just mean.
Like when I banned Blurtablaw's name the one time, he's like, no, nobody can say hi.
So
Like that was the concern.
That is a concern.
I think I might have slowed it down a little too fast. Well, actually, I was trying to do it not fast, and now I think about it, the way I did it actually was fast. So it should be...
No, I can't post derpy.
You tried?
Yeah, it won't let me.
What did it say?
It just said something about conflict with the with the site. Won't let me post the word derpy.
So once... Okay, I'm going to bring this all up more. Let's do one stretch, two pull. Is that what I was doing before? Yeah, that's what I was doing before. So I need to do one stretch, 3 in. I'm just gonna ban letter D sued.
Just the letter D. No one can use D anymore. It's gonna make life difficult. No, that'll be banned too, Blurred Blah. No D's.
Oh, that actually works pretty good. I wonder if this will work. It's like putting a fix on top of the fix, but go preheat the oven.
To what?
Whatever it wants to be at. I think 400.
400? Alright.
So right now I have it fades to this color, but you also have its default color and then the color it's forcing on top of. So if I make its default color the gray and then I have it fade out the color random, I should completely remove its ability to make orange. So start fade out. I'm gonna do 7.5 and hit the rice. No, don't do that yet. Never mind. And we're gonna do 8.5 for this one because this one I want to have cut out.
I was just looking at the instructions. It says they need to be in for about a half hour.
Yeah, that's why it's like the preheating.
Yeah.
So let's see if that works. It did not. No, I'm sad. Did I do that right? Start at fade out, end fade out. 7.5, 8.5. I'm starting at 85, so it's 7.5 to 8.5. So it should. Well, actually, I need to end that quicker, is what that is. Color random 7.3 to 7.5. It worked!
Gone.
It worked!
It looks like the rocket fades away.
No, it's the rocket itself is it just disappears. The trail keeps going afterwards because the smoke would have, to me at least, a little momentum or something. So
Isn't the smoke being pushed down?
it's yes and no. So I want to have it going a little bit. So I just had to get rid of the orange because it was no longer glowing. This rocket flame, though, is no longer following at this point. And I kind of want to add, like, some kind of particle effect to it for disappearing, but I think it's better not to. I thought, like, you could do, like, a smoke dissipating, whatever, but I think I'll leave it in there. It's just egg rolls and rice. It's a nice, easy thing. Stream nights don't want to go complicated.
It was either that or pizza.
Yeah, and I don't want to do pizza again. So I just thought I should prep that. The egg rolls are going to be thawed then, so they don't have to be in as long.
I was going to offer to cook like the chicken or something, but I don't know what you want to do with all that.
The chicken's still frozen, that's why I didn't bother. I'm probably going to have to sit it out over tomorrow afternoon.
I cook chicken from frozen all the time in the oven. You just got to keep it in a little longer.
Okay, so that should be...
I definitely can't cook chicken from frozen on the skillet, that's for sure.
You see, go poof.
Poof.
Actually, now that I think about it, Buried Punch looks at Lyra like, "What'd you do?"
Lyra, I know this is you. You're a little shit, and everyone knows it.
This is your teal witchcraft. Stupid unicorns.
Yes, unicorns and their nonsense. That's how the pony race riots start. Just like in the final episode.
Okay.
Like, I think the show did touch on racism from time to time. No more so than the first episode Sakura was in, but Like the Heartswarming Eve episode, towards the end, they kind of touched on it, and then the Zakora episode, and I think that was it. Or they pretty much showed that all the main 6 were like horribly racist, with the exception to Twilight, who was just like, I don't know, what's going on?
That's done.
Done.
There's potential refinement in the future, but for the it's already had cleanup done.
Did you want to put smoke into this shot? Because I feel like this one would be complicated.
To add smoke?
Yeah.
Not really. It depends on if I want to have it look like they're like the blasting off point, but you just have all you have to really do is maybe add a little and then have it fade off really quick.
I feel like in this shot though it would be hardly noticeable. That's the only thing.
Actually, no. The one thing that would be difficult with this is because I wouldn't be able to use the same particle, kind of, because this particle it's locked to the rocket, and therefore it is creating it, emitting it, and leaving where it is, and everything else. The rocket's pulling it, making more.
Mm-hmm.
In this shot, I'm not actually moving. There is no motion.
Oh, that would make it difficult. You would essentially...
I'd have to shoot the particles out, which is definitely doable.
I believe it's doable. I think it would be difficult. Oh. It would look different.
Though I think that I have to grab the other particles. This might be small. Where is particle?
I wouldn't bother doing it on more than one of the engines though, because you're not going to see the ones on the not the side.
No, I'm not going to bother with anything more than one side. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. That's why I only have 2 rocket flames on here. I brought it up before that motion is in 2 ways. It's either you move something through a stationary medium, or the stationary medium moves through the medium moves and the object is stationary, and you can't tell the difference. They're identical. It's just one of them is moving a single object, the other one is moving everything around it. In this case, I'm moving everything around it because it makes it easier for the camera and a lot of other things.
Well, on that note, I think I've crossed that point. From tipsy to drunk.
You only have like 2 glasses of wine.
Yeah, but they've been filled up to here. It's just like
wine.
6 glasses of wine.
Well, you're probably also like hungry.
I'm going to get cider to help balance it out.
Okay.
That makes sense in my drunken brain.
Okay, so this is going in one direction. Let's see here. Radius scale. I don't want to have this really scale at all. So that should shrink that down quite a bit. Is this going to stay behind? Yes, it will. It is right now defaulting to have a little bit of gravity. Should see in here with movement basic, gravity. Yep, it's going upwards a little bit. I do not want that. But actually, I might be able to just cheat this and use gravity.
At 7:30, do you want me to start the rice cooker as well? Because I'll put the
yeah, both at the same time. It's already all
same
full.
time, yeah. 10 minutes. I'll wait so it's hot. Tastes good.
Negative 300. Lifetime 3 to 6. We're gonna do 0.5 to 2. We're gonna up that gravity a bit. And that did not take my gravity. Color fade. 2.3. Okay, gravity needs to be stronger. With the full 1,000. Oop, no, not that much.
Oven's preheated. But I'm gonna wait to put them in a bit. Have you read any of Heroes? No.
I've only listened to the audio version of it a little bit.
The audiobook?
Yeah, not too much of it though.
Is the main character a mare or a stallion?
Mare. Big beefy mare, but...
Yeah, but that's what's going to make me want to read it. I mean, yeah, I have a bias. I'll admit that all day.
It's basically a male, but as a female.
Yeah, but she's still a mare. She's cute and boopable.
Until she's giant and husky and chunk.
Boop.
She's chunk.
Boop. I mean, that was the reason I kind of stopped reading Guys of Chaos, is because it was a stallion who was like outright killing mares, and I was just like, no. Couldn't deal. It's like, you're an asshole. Just fall over and die. Let the mares live. At least so far in Murky number 7. At least in Murky's case. He's not an asshole who kills cute, boopable mares.
Okay, gravity doesn't work. Gravity accelerates to a speed, or accelerates continuously over time. Well, I need something that's instantly fast.
I still think the best story I've read in the whole Fallout thing with Pony is Pink Eyes. I think it's a shorter story, but it's good. Like, the original is very good too, but Pink Eyes I actually like better.
Her just saying yes is enough to...
Yeah, I know, right? It pulls the heartstrings. Like, the whole opening to Pink Eyes, just the first chapter, I think that's the best part of the whole book.
Oh, yeah. When everybody's blowing up and dying, and she's like, yay!
Right? She's like pure innocence incarnate. It's wonderful. Everyone's just like in panic and getting shot and stuff, and she's like, woo, fireworks. I just love it. I'd like to see somebody animate that. That'd be amazing. I should get on that.
That first shot?
Just that whole first chapter.
You know what you need?
Somebody with talent.
I take that as a slight. No, you would need a you need a Canterlot.
A Canterlot Castle?
A Canterlot.
Well, you would just need the castle on the side of the mountain, because really, throughout most of that shot, it was surrounded in a big pink ball.
Yeah, but it was still in Canterlot, like the city itself.
Well, they weren't in Canterlot. They were in a town at the base of the mountain. Above, when the bubble burst, it rained down on the town.
No, in Pink Eyes, she was in Canterlot.
I remember her being in a town.
No, she was in Canterlot because the explosions she was hearing were the explosions above her while they were in.
Well, above. They were hitting the city, which was above her.
No, she was in Canterlot. She was crushed. She was crushed in the buildings of Canterlot.
But she wasn't affected by the pink gas until the bubble burst.
I can guarantee you.
I can guarantee you. I remember that book well. I even got my mother to read that book.
Conjunctivitis.
What? You just don't even think about it. Got you a completely different thing. Yeah, she wasn't in Canterlot.
A mother in a terrace just beside Canterlot.
Yeah.
That's still
Just below Canterlot.
No, not below.
Though.
A terrace beside. It still wasn't in Canterlot. It was still a part of Canterlot.
I guess, but they weren't in the pink bubble. They weren't in the protective field that the princesses were maintaining. At least not at... they were outside of it. And when it burst, that's when they got hit by the lye gas. So they were in like a terrace beside. I always imagined it as like a town at the base of the mountain, but I guess they were in a terrace near the city.
But yeah, she was not on the ground.
Yeah. Well, at least not on she's not on the base of the mountain.
Yeah,
she was on the mountain. It was just one of the terraces.
The pretty fireworks.
They were very pretty. And I always imagined the nurse that got her into the suit being Nurse Redheart. Like, they never say her name. They just refer to her as a nurse. But every time I imagine the scene, it's Nurse Redheart. Just a little older.
It seems to be scaling a lot faster than it should. I would think that it's supposed to scale through the whole time, but it's almost all scaling by here. It has end time, but this is only going so far. There might be something that's interfering with it. That's fine. I'm not going to really worry about it. Hold on. This was 3040. Because from this angle, it's not going to matter too much. So if I want to have this slightly visible, I need to put the smoke coming off just a teeny bit. So I'm going to put...
I mean, that's what I was saying. I don't think it'd be super visible in that shot.
That's why I got to just add, like, a little bit of force in one direction. I just have to figure out which direction that is. Now, the easiest way to do that is we will just add 1,000 to that direction. That is not the right direction.
Negative.
We're getting there.
I mean, if you're going to have it visible at all, you should have it just slightly visible.
Yeah, that's why. I just needed to figure out the direction, so that's why I did that. So...
yeah, that looks great.
Though I think it could be wider.
Yeah?
I actually think I'm going to make this a lot wider. No, that's too wide. And then we're going to go actually move it the other direction. Now I have to be careful of those clouds.
Yeah. They don't interfere with the smoke.
They're models, so they went behind the smoke. Poof, and they poof. Which means I can't actually make it as like super big.
Why did they just disappear? It's kind of weird.
Because all of that smoke is a 2D plane. And it's just always looking at the camera no matter what angle you are. It's just a 2D sprite. And so it's another 2D model. And so the 2D one goes behind the other 2D, and now it's completely blocked. And you can't see it anymore. But this one that's emitting is emitting over and over and over and over again, more and more and more and more. So as soon as it goes behind him, it's just gone. That's why
problematic.
That's why smoke particles to me are really, really annoying. See,
You're
now
still losing some with the
now
clouds.
you can see it, kinda.
There were a couple clouds. That cloud right there disappears. Well, no, it disappears at a good time. That's fine. I guess it's fine now. You still can't really see the smoke, but I didn't think you'd really be able to see it anyways.
Well, you can see it quite a bit, actually.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think
It's you have the fire there, so no matter what you do, that flame is just gonna blow it up anyway. The only way it wouldn't is if I like curled it or something, but then I'm playing with a lot of weird perspective.
Yeah, I think what you have now is about as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah, probably.
Which is better than it was. So.
Well, if I put smoke in the one shot, I have to have it in this shot.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, so they fall behind it.
Oh, hi, Scope.
Hello, Scope.
It's always good to see you. I am hammered.
He's drinking on an empty stomach.
I am. And I've drank quite a lot. Probably 6 glasses of wine collectively. And a cider. Or 3/4 of a cider so far.
It was always good to see you, because you're a Scope.
Yes, we love Scope. Scope is good. Good friend.
Nope, he's just trying to live. That's hard enough.
Yeah.
But
no, my job's going great, actually. I just can't go into work drunk. That's the thing. I'm actually currently working on plans for doing a trade show in Las Vegas. My boss is a crazy perfectionist, and we got all these tote bags, and he gave me 2 of them, but he took them back because he thought the stamps weren't perfectly even, and he's like sitting there with a ruler, right, measuring to make sure that all the he ordered like $800 worth of these tote bags at $10 a piece. And he's measuring all the tote bags to make sure that the labels were even. And he saw some were like 5 millimeters off from being perfectly even. I couldn't tell just by looking at him. But I nodded my head in agreement because he's my boss. And he wants to send them all back. And I'm just like...
You shouldn't just nod your head in agreement at your boss.
He's my boss. I'm a yes man.
Okay. I told my boss plenty of times where he comes over, he goes, "This is my opinion on something," and I essentially said, "Your opinion is bullcrap," and this is why. He goes, "Oh, I wasn't thinking of that right. Okay, yeah, you go with what you're gonna do."
My boss is like crazy. He's like, it's a good thing to
well,
be
that's
a
fine,
perfectionist.
You're crazy.
Yeah, but it's a good thing to be a perfectionist sometimes. But I did kind of feel like on these bags, he's being a little bit.
Well, yeah, but it's for... I understand if you want to be perfect, though.
Yeah.
Because the way I see it is any imperfection just the more and more you get closer to perfect, the bigger and bigger small imperfections stand out.
But these are tote bags he was planning on handing out for free to potential customers at the trade show.
Now you get a bunch of toast bags. Oh, you're returning them, though.
Yeah. He gave me 2 of them to bring here. But then he took them back because they weren't perfect. And I was just like, I just want a tote bag. They were nice. They had like...
this isn't up to the Michael standard of tote bag, which is normally like what? The brown paper bag from Cub that you couldn't throw away because you wanted to reuse it.
He's just measuring...
Duct tape the corner.
He's just measuring the labels with the ruler, and he's like, some of these are off. I'm like, well, they probably just stamped them on... Like, he's got the company logo on them. And I'm like, they probably just stamped them on with, like, by hand. So they were probably just eyeing it best they could. But he's all like, oh, no, they're not machine perfect. And I'm just like, whatever. But, he wants to send them all back.
Michael, auto boop defense. Whoop.
No, gotta boop.
Can't boop?
You gotta boop.
Yeah, what are you gonna
Where's
boop?
the booper? Bring it back. Bring back the boop. Gotta boop that horse. I'd boop your screen, but I would leave a smudge.
It's a boop defense.
No.
Michael detected.
Like, my bosses are a bit of a perfectionist, but, like, being a perfectionist in a management position is good some of the time. it's why he's a manager and he's good at it. But some of the times it can just be super annoying at the same time.
I've had one day where I had a form I was working on that had a couple different tables that were lined up. And one of the tables was one pixel off from the other one on the side, and I spent an hour and a half trying to figure out how to move that one pixel.
Oh, I'm well aware you're a perfectionist. I am well
one pixel!
I am well aware about you. You'd be good in a management position. That's all I gotta say.
No, I would not. They were talking about at work about in a couple of years being able to move up, and I'm like, as long as it's not manager. I'm like, I don't mind you add principal to my name.
You'd be good at it, though.
No, I don't want to be a manager.
I know you don't want it, but you'd be good at it because people who are perfectionists like yourself are good at management.
Yeah, but being
they can drive people fucking insane.
No, but I don't like directing people.
Yeah.
But and that's at our work. Their thing is a manager does not do work. Their thing is to tell other people to do work.
It's litigation.
Yeah, and my boss likes micromanaging. Not micromanaging. He likes doing the stuff himself. So sometimes I have to be like, no, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that's not good for a manager.
Well, no, he does distribute what he needs to, but he also likes doing his stuff himself. And I like creating. I don't want to be the one distributing stuff. Like, yes, there's money there, but if I get at work where I am, if I'm there long enough, they add principal to my title, and that's like a 20% raise. So that's all I had. I mean, oh no, probably more than that.
20% on what you already make is pretty fucking nice.
It might be more than that, actually. Do you know how many people at my work make six figures? A lot.
I mean, at my job, I think I have the potential to make six figures, but I need to, like, when my 1 year.
Well, when inflation hits, like in 40 years.
Before that, I am. My job is becoming more and more expansive. Like I said, I'm going to work at a trade show, but I'm mostly just there to learn. Right now, I'm pretty much in the learning phase of my job. 7:40. Huh?
7:40.
I will be back.
Food.
Lost train of time. Drunkenness has an effect.
Oh, no, I agree. Actually, that's I lay off or fire. I wouldn't be able to do it, and actually, I'm better about that now. I don't think I would have as much issue. I am just not as trusting of the decisions that I would make in that regard. So to be a manager, you need to know the job that somebody's doing in and out as well, at least to some degree. And I'm still very much learning. If I would have actually stayed at my last job, there would actually be a good chance that I could have gotten manager within by now, just because there's so many people that quit because things went downhill that they're starting to work their way up, but so many people left that the people that are there now are high experience because they've been there the longest, or at least from their eyes because of the limited amount of people. And there was one person that's there that had only been there in the industry for a couple of years and is now a manager. Deserving. They are very smart and very good, but not normally will you get in a bigger company because she just had the opportunity because of all the other crap that happened. Like if it were an asshole or somebody that deserved it, I wouldn't have an issue with it. The problem is that there's definitely times where they shouldn't. Yeah. But then that's not really getting fired. That's usually a layoff because you're not going to get rid of somebody that you'd like, or that is a good employee. So, but I just don't like. I like creating and making things. That's why I do SFM and and go to the conventions and do panels. I like that stuff because it's about expressing and creating. And at work, that's my thing right now. Is I've developed SharePoint sites and applications, and that's building things. But the one I've had the last place I was at, we built something, but then we had to spend all our time maintaining it. And maintaining to me is like management. You're just about maintaining the company, and I hated it. So no, if they ever offer me management, I'm saying no.
I did enjoy building the breakout box at work.
Yeah, it's my whole family needs a creative outlet, and that's just you need to be able to take your hands and do something. Because if you don't, it's just like, what am I doing?
I mean, I've always enjoyed doing a job working with my hands. Like, even if it's just repair work, I enjoy that because I enjoy the satisfaction of a job well done. Something I can complete. Whereas where I used to work at, like, it's the rice cooker.
Why is it popping?
There's probably water on the bottom of the...
oh, yeah, there might be.
Did you rinse it off or something?
Oh, I took it out when I filled it with water.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit.
Like, when I worked at, like, Kroger's and McDonald's, there was no real sense of completion. It was never ending. It just constant rotation. When I started working in repair for electronics, I would finish something. I would find an issue, I would correct it, and I would send the unit on its way, and depending on what I did, it was very satisfactory. It was a job that I started, I found out the issue, I finished. And when I finished it, and it was a job well done, I had a small celebration, because I did it. And I do enjoy that. That is what I take pleasure in, is taking something broken and giving it a second run. So I do enjoy repair. This guy won't let me repair the washer, but, that's...
Well, I need that off Friday again.
We're just going to keep putting the ladder.
It works!
It does work.
Well, what was the other thing? There's two things. There's the washer, but... Oh, and I still need to poke at the water softener, too.
I mean, at least you let me fix the leaky faucet in the kitchen.
Well, that was different. I didn't have insurance on that.
Oh, that's fair. You did a good job fixing that, though. And it only cost like $3.
So I think for this shot, I'm gonna do the normal no in where I'm gonna do a center shot on her, and then because she says it's good. What are you gonna do to stop me? I'm gonna do.
She looks so happy.
She is.
She's so happy.
I think this camera is dead.
I'm evil. Yay!
Yes, the camera is dead. Here, no, it's not. No, like, so... Okay, I'm gonna grab her... Do like that. Okay.
What exactly do you think you're going to do to stop?
Yeah, I had a job at How Are We Surviving Status, and about 3 months after I left it went the whole business went under. So I was pretty lucky to get out of that job when I had the chance. If you think a position or a job is legit going under, it's not a bad idea to start looking for a new job. Because I've worked 2 companies that went under like months after I left it. I've been lucky to avoid the whole going under thing.
There, she better know.
No, she's not happy anymore.
See, to me, as long as people are killing people, I have a job.
That's a horrible
It's
thing.
true, though.
Well, you have a job as long as people are afraid of other people. That's all you really need.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, there's a lot of shooting going on overseas.
Oh, yeah, more so lately, but
No,
I mean, the wars of Afghanistan and Iraq. Well, less so Iraq now, but Afghanistan.
And one of my concerns with some of these shots is the changing of positions with your eyes. So the way I don't want to make people's eyes jump around in the camera, so I like to try to position things. So like here, she's talking, then this draws the attention over there, which then Spike is in this area, so that makes that easier. But then I'm going to put her in the middle. and it's like, but then it's I think it's funnier because you're already going to be staring up close, and then just
just dog Spike.
Stop me.
and then in this shot,
I can't remember. Was dog Spike a thing in Rainbow Rocks, or was it? I can't remember. The thing I know, dog Spike's always been a thing, but has it been the Spike from the human universe or the Spike from the pony universe?
I think it was just a dog.
It was just the dog.
I don't think he was talking.
He was talking in Rainbow Rocks, but it was
Rainbow Rocks was, but
the
that was
third movie.
Was it the third movie?
Yeah, because the one in between. Well, there was the one.
Oh, for some reason I'm thinking Rainbow Rocks was the first movie. No, that was this
Rainbow
one.
Yeah, the first movie was this one.
But Rainbow Rocks was actual Twilight though.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
The first two
EKG.
movies were it was Pony Twilight, but then the third one was Rainbow Rocks.
So Rainbow Rocks was Pony Twilight.
It was.
That was where.
So I guess that was the second movie.
It was
Friendship
Pony
Games
Twilight, right?
and Beyond equals Human. Okay, so Friendship Games was the third movie then, and that was Human Twilight.
Yeah. Okay. Now I was confused with the Rainbow Rocks was that one or not? Rainbow Rocks is the second movie.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, I knew that after that. I remember it being like bark, bark, bark.
Yeah, but then the dog Spike started talking because of question magic nonsense.
Did somebody ever done an edit where they took all the scenes where Spike's in the original movies and just replaced it with barking? So that it looks like Twilight's just fucking crazy.
I would love that so much more. Just crazy Twilight.
Well, it's like because for the Rathalos thing, I ran across it again. All the comics it's the Garfield comics, but Garfield isn't there.
John.
It's just John. But no,
John's
and they make more sense. Like,
it does.
Because they're like him just sitting there staring at a wall a lot, and it just makes sense.
I mean, John is kind of crazy in the Twilight, or not, the Garfield comics, because he's talking to a cat that cannot talk. John is mentally unstable.
Garfield minus Garfield. It's actual website. Yeah, so like there. I remember Happy, but where have all the memories gone?
Sad.
Do you have any unfulfilled dreams?
But I mean, that's pretty much it, though. Because the cat isn't talking back. It's a cat.
I have feelings. I really do.
He's just an insane person.
But every time it's just him saying something, Garfield delivering the punchline, and him just contemplating.
But he never hears the punchline because it's a cat that he's talking to. So he legit is just this crazy.
Like this one. I don't think I can take anymore.
No. That's just him hanging himself. Oh no!
Go away. Okay.
Poor John. Go away.
Stop making those.
John is just an insane person. That's so sad.
Poor
John.
Because somebody had said because of the I Hate Mondays one, they made mention of it being like a comic, so I made this.
Oh no, why did you do this?
I spent like an hour on this.
How did you spend an hour?
Because I had to partially redraw his hand. His arm, most of this arm had to draw from hand. Like, it's supposed to be that when you're out mining in a clearing and you don't realize that the monster coming up behind you and you're just picking away at it and then just bam. Also, there's a bunch of food here I got rid of, and it took a lot of time.
I believe it.
I mean, look at it. Look at this. Like, I had to draw that whole like inside the finger and everything. It turned out pretty good. You don't even tell that I drew it.
Just seeing this makes me want more booze.
You don't work tomorrow.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I mean, if I drink enough booze, I won't be able to work tomorrow.
Like,
Oh boy.
oh no, I don't want to go here. No, this one is the lost your will to live phase. That's all it says.
Oh, poor
Yeah,
John.
okay, he posted too. It's the Garfield minus Garfield is Great stuff.
It just puts a realistic like depiction of John just being an insane person who's like horribly depressed and suicidal.
Well, there are other ones where somebody drew in a much more detailed regular cat colored like Garfield, and it just sits there.
Because that's when the Garfield comics were actually good. Is when
Garfield was never good.
Garfield was good when John was just talking to a cat who didn't actually talk back to him. Like the newer comics, they have Garfield actually talking to him and him responding. But in the old comics, like the old Christmas special and the old Thanksgiving special, Garfield was just thinking things about how pathetic John was. That's when Garfield was good. It was just basically John being a pathetic loser and Garfield just thinking, yeah, you're a pathetic loser. Oh, poor John. I'm going to give him a wine.
Oops.
This seems like a good idea.
I made her squeak.
That I have magic and
I just want a bass here.
I have magic and you.
What's up?
With the railing there?
Did I?
Yeah. I heard a brrrr.
I have no idea. I got a half glass because moderation is important.
Where's your water?
Water. What's water?
So I forgot that this was going to do a squeak sound, and so
Hey,
I have
Surya.
I have her go.
The squeak sound is the best thing ever. I love the squeak sound. That's like the best thing that came out of ponies. I know it probably existed before ponies, but they did it well. How is Surya today? I hope we see you at the next brony meet, because we don't see you enough.
How about this?
She's all cool. She's like a squeak. But she's not a pony, though. She's like a wicked demon creature. She's the opposite of cute. Like, the Sunset Pony version is very cute, and that's not cute. She's weak.
I thought that there was a...
I need more pony squeak. That's the one thing I want out of pony life. It's just ponies squeaking all the time. Making the squeaky noise. That's the absolute cutest thing ponies can do. She's like, the little bounce is the best part.
Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it. It's wonderful. It's like, this is horrible. She's not even adorable, and yet she's somehow adorable. You do that with a pony version, my heart's gonna break. I mean, are ponies demons? They're certainly not human. They're adorable demons if they're demons. It seems very productive. What is happening right now? She's broke.
It just keeps going after it. Oh, there, he's got the Garfield replaced with just a real cat.
I mean, that is what the Garfield, like, Garfield does not respond to John. Like, we hear what Garfield is thinking, and that's the joke, but the truth is, John's just a sad, lonely man talking to his cat. And he doesn't hear what the cat has to say, but he has no one else to talk to because he's a pathetic loser.
It's so cheap. I love it. His first comment is, "This makes me sad."
It's true, though. That's who John is. He's a sad, pathetic loser who talks to his cat all day. That's what makes the Garfield comics great, though, is that he's just so pathetic.
Reading up on how it went, it was the reason Garfield exists was they just tried to find like every trope that they possibly could to make something successful and just followed it.
Cats were popular, as they are today. Like, half the internet is just cat videos.
Here we go.
It's too much. It's too much. I can't boop that. It's too...
She's so...
It's too
Oh, wait.
There's, like, wide eyes. The fact that you've animated it to this point is insane. Why is her head spinning? No. You done.
I have magic, and you
It's amazing. That's fantastic. You're so happy with yourself. You're ridiculously happy with yourself.
The stuff I have to get started on now is going to take a bit, so it's like...
It's like just...
I don't have time to start anything else, so I'm just...
You got 3 whole minutes, man.
Start lip syncing? That's what I did.
Get it done. You got 3 minutes.
I did lip syncing. It's done.
you think you're going to do to stop me?
Oh, no.
Stop me.
It's awful. Your lip syncing skills need work.
How long did you put the stuff in the oven?
30 minutes.
30 minutes in the oven?
That's what I set it to.
Oh, because it needs like 18.
Well, no, from Frozen
It wasn't frozen, it was thawed.
Okay. Well, then now...
I left them out for 2 hours.
30 minus 18.
What is that?
Mm-hmm. I can't do math right now.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm going to assume 12 minutes. When there's 12 minutes left in the oven, I'll go check how much time is left.
So many hoops. I'll just jump through so many hoops.
Since I did this too, especially with Rathalos lately, I started playing around with some stuff, and I want to try to go to... I'm finding that I want what level of extreme to start utilizing for stuff that I wasn't doing before.
So many hoops. So many hoops tonight.
Bracelet's done as well. I've had 10 minutes left on it.
So
Check them.
many hoops tonight.
Check them? What's the temperature supposed to be?
Cooked.
What's cooked? Like 150?
I usually check over 165 because that's safe for everything.
So many hoops tonight. So many.
170.
Well, I know why I did that. Oh yeah, if they're 170, then they're done. No, I think I originally had this dip, the eyes dip more, but since I have a dip here, it's kind of a creepy way she says that. Just like the way she says hoops. A female Tyrek? Could kind of see. They both have like melty faces.
So many hoops tonight.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to improve the lip sync because I can't remember how those lips work. But was it what was the loops meme?
What
The cat.
Fruit Loops?
The cat.
Yeah. What about it?
Can't remember what they say.
Like, I want loops.
No.
Like, it was Fruit Loops that they always wanted.
I forgot what it was.
I just remember one being with Rainbow Dash.
There it is.
It was wonderful. Get the Rainbow Dash one.
Oh.
Scooter.
Where's the original?
I mean, that looks like the original. They just added text to it.
Yeah, brother, may I have some loops? That's what it was.
Somebody just did that with Rainbow Dash, and she was patting her belly. She wanted the loops.
But the cat is so chub.
Said that is a chub cat.
Anyway. So we got on there. There is a board game meet this weekend. So it is at the Fantasy Flight.
Please come, Surya.
It is Fantasy Flight at 4:00. Sometimes we go to like sociable beforehand, but I don't know if we're.
I would like to.
I don't know if we're doing it this weekend or not.
Because
it's like a mile from there. So
if we do sociables, Jay will show.
Scope. I've been using Notepad++ for.
He's very much an advocate.
12 years or something. With not long after it came out, I've had it as a staple.
He sees people who use just Notepad as scrubs. So.
Well, the reason it's not. I just like it because it does.
It does have a lot of existence in programming the aspect.
I'm not going to dig for it, but it does. It color codes programming languages, so that's why I used it because I wrote all the HTML I learned before going to college for it, which I didn't learn anything in college. But all the web development I learned, I used Notepad for, and I used Notepad++.
What little programming I learned was like not in college. No, I learned Java in college, but I forgot all of it after getting out of college.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's
Didn't use it.
So yeah, it starts at 4, so it's 4 p.m. till 11. So it's kind of later in the day, but the week after that is the mall meet, and that starts at 11 a.m.
You should show up to both, Surya. We would love to see you more. We don't get to see you enough.
Anyways, I'm done. I'm gonna go food. So,
food.
Have a good week. I will be streaming Friday. Yeah. So, and maybe start on lip syncing or something. I don't know.
You hate lip syncing.
I hate lip syncing. Rathalos is the only one I enjoy because it's only like 6 bones. Ponies are complicated because they have like 30.
Well, it's because you have to maintain that cuteness level. And cuteness requires more bones.
Their mouths have more degrees of flexibility and are closer to a human's mouth, so I have to get closer to what a human would do to make it look good. But with Rathalos, he's got a big square snoot, and because of that, there is no way to get his mouth to work the way that I would want it to. But normally, as long as you get close, it looks fine because he's not human-esque. So.
Yeah. Well, either of the ponies, but they have just a lot more bones.
Yeah, I ended at 8 instead of 9 on Tuesdays because my current job I work 9-hour days, and I sometimes get home like half hour to an hour before the stream, and it makes for a really long day.
I get home later because I also have 9-hour days.
Yep. So I'm done. Have a cat and
Rathalos is a jerk.
Yes, Rathalos is a jerk.
Yeah,
but he's a fun jerk.
He kinda is, yeah.
Bye-bye.